Hi everybody. Um, I'm just sitting here making boho beads, and I figured that I would turn on the camera and make some with you and show you what I do and how I do it. Um, there's, a lot of different people have a lot of different styles, and I kind of really like the boho beads because you can do so much with them. They're a very versatile asset to the junk journaling world. They're a versatile asset to the crafting world, actually. But I don't know. I just was sitting here and playing around and said, okay, this is what we're going to do. So I laid a bunch of stuff out to show you that, these are the beads that I've been making. Um, some are just kind of all floofy, and some are fat. Some have bling. Some have other bling. This one, I think right now this one's my favorite. And yeah, so I'm gonna sit here and tell you what I do. There's not a lot to it. The thing is, it's really cool about the boho beads is anybody can do them, and you don't need a lot of stuff. I know there's a lot of stuff on the table, but that's okay. I mean, I'll sort it out as I go, which is what I always do, and midway through I'll probably lose something, which is what I always do. That's why I have 2 pair of pliers, 3 pair of scissors, and a bunch of wire sitting here, because eventually I'll lay it somewhere and not be able to find it, and I'm sure you don't want me to cuss, so I'll just grab another wire, plier, scissors, whatever, and go from there. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about boho beads when it comes to how to make them, what to do, whatever, at least what I do, okay? I start with, you can use paper, cloth, you can use a straw, you can use anything that's got a tube that you can put wire through. It's kind of hard if you can't get a wire through there. You can actually start with a paper clip, just anything. Now, I like my 2 little bamboo skewers, and I'll show you why. Because I can take a piece of paper, old coffee dyed paper, well, I think this was tea stain, doesn't matter. And I start here, and I roll it up as tight as I can possibly roll it. Now, if you notice, what I've done is I've kind of sort of cut it a little bit like a triangle. You don't have to do that. There's ways around whatever you do. And I roll it up around there, and I'm not particular because it'll get the shape that I want as I go along. Use my glue gun. Love my glue gun. And there you go. Now I'll slide that puppy off. And that's how I get all of these. I make small ones, large ones, whatever. Another way you can do it is, like, for instance, these 2 beads right here. If you want a small boho bead, that's nothing more than taking a piece of wire, running it through your bead, if my hands will cooperate, and this isn't going to go through, there we go, okay. And then you can take your needle nose pliers and just kind of roll this thing down to where it makes a loop. I kind of like to make it a little tight so that it's more, I don't know, kind of like that. And then you can hook it onto, your journal if you want to, or dangle something off of it. So you have that. And then I have oodles upon oodles upon oodles of beads. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, all kinds of beads. Ooh, I like that. I like those. Aren't they pretty? Can you see that? Am I even in frame? I'm so sorry if I'm not. And sometimes the beads have the nice hole and sometimes they don't, so you may have to argue with them a little bit. There. Put that on there. Get this out of the way. I don't really need it that long, so I'm going to cut it off a little bit. Maybe. And then I'm going to roll it so that there's something at the bottom too. Just in case you just want to put a dangle on it or something, or a charm. I got a bunch of charms from Wish. I think I paid $2 and I got like 100 charms, which is awesome. Okay, that's the basics. Now, what do you do with it after that? Well, I am going to take, actually I think I'm going to use, I'll go back with this. I like this. I'm going to take this material and glue it on here, just like that, and then just wrap and wrap and wrap so that it's covered. And you want to do it sort of like at an angle so that it does go all the way down, and then you can take it back up again. I guess I'm going backwards on that, aren't I? Now, if you want it to be bulky in the middle, like a lot of them are, you just concentrate on rolling it there, like that. And, you know those scissors I told you I was going to lose? I done lost them. So, here's this pair. And put the glue on it. Ouch. That did hurt that time. And let's see. I think I'm probably going to add gold, or do I want silver? Decisions. Helps if you know where the end is, Julie. There it is. I think I'm going to do that one. And I wrap it around tight at the bead end. And then what I do is I pull this thread down and try and get it to where it's there, like that. Catch it with the other part. And then just keep wrapping it and wrapping it and wrapping it. And you can wrap it as much as you want, or as little as you want, it doesn't matter. And when you're satisfied with it, then you just kind of make sure that you got it tight, and you know the thread's going to stick there. go. Now to make it a little bit fancy, you can take a charm, like I have this angel wing, and you can literally, because you've got this material, I want to straighten this out a little bit. I use these earring backs. Can you see that? The back of an ear, you know, these earring wires. There you go. And straighten it. And here comes the fun part. Get it down. Oops, doing it wrong, huh? Get it down into that. Made this one too long. Sorry, guys. This is, I guess, why it's called a craft with me, because you can see all the stupid mistakes I make. Anybody else have issues with their hands not being strong enough sometimes? There. That one works. Put that puppy down in there. You know, when you're on camera, and how many times have I heard you guys say, everything works fine until you get on camera and then everything screws up. Yep. I know that feeling today. So push it down in. And now you have a charm, which looks really crappy, doesn't it? I don't like that one. But you have a charm. Or, smart thing to do would be to hang it the other way, huh? Either way, there you go. There's that one. I don't like it. But, I don't know. It's there. It's done. So, we're going to add that to the pile of the ones that I just moved off. Okay. So, let's try a different one. We're going to do this one. Now, this one I've rolled it with the paper. And I'm going to use a fiber, this fiber. And it's just yarn. It's basically just yarn. Now, there's all kinds of stuff that, like I said, you can use a myriad of things to play and put these together. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one and show you what I mean as far as the fibers. Just had to find the end of it. This one actually reminds me more of what the gypsy type boho bead. And again, you just wrap and wrap and wrap. This isn't hard to do at all. Not rocket science. Brain surgery. And sometimes you have to do this in order to keep your brain sane. But I know that around here we had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you all did. And Black Friday was just as crazy here as it was everywhere else. You would think that being in a rural area go out of town to shop for the Black Friday sales. I know. I didn't realize that even drugstores have Black Friday sales. But I guess that's how it works nowadays. I think I would much rather just keep making my presents, and you don't have to worry about the commercial stuff and all the fighting of the crowds and, you know, all that. So there's this one. I'm just rattling, I guess. And I have these caps that, now this one is new. I haven't done these, but I'm going to try them and see how it works. Because I really, really like them. But I don't know if I can get it big enough. With my luck, probably not. So I'm going to try this. See how it turns out. I'm also going to use this red wire to go down through. Put it down through. And on this one, like I said, I want to see if I can make it cap. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. No, I made it too big. I don't like the look of that anyway, so we're not going to do that one. But I do have some really cool beads. And again, I need to find them. Sorry guys. They're here. I just have everything misplaced, I guess, today. Oh, duh. Found them. Should have had these out already, huh? Sorry. Okay. So I'll put this dude here. Yeah, like that. And make my little loopy thing. Now this wire is thin, so I'm probably making an overkill on the loop, but I don't want it to come undone when it's hanging on the journal. So, there's that. And I'm going to put one on the other end too. And then I'm going to take this wire and loop it back around into this. And then for some added bling, I have this wire. And I'm just going to kind of bury it in the fiber and then just start wrapping. And I'm going to make it as tight as I can make it, going down one way. And then at this point, I want to add a little bit of bling. So I'm going to start incorporating this green and wrap it as we go too, like this. Make sure I catch the last part. And then for good measure, go back one more time. Wrap it a couple times. And cut. And there's that one. Now, if you want them to be small and a little bit just, I don't know what the word would be. I mean, you can put anything in them. That's the thing. There's no rules to this. Whatever colors you like, whatever bling you like, whatever, if you want them plain, if you want to put, if you want to incorporate the charms on them as you wrap, you can do that too. There's no rules. I love this part. There's no rules. Nothing's right, nothing's wrong. If you like it, then you did it right. You know, that's what crafting's about. You create, just creating and having fun. And I mean, like, here's another way to do it. Okay, I've got this. This is that florist tape. I hope that I am on camera half the time, at least enough for you guys to see what I'm doing. But let's take this one. Okay, take my florist tape, and all I'm gonna do is wrap it down, and I'm gonna turn around and wrap it back the other way, and then I'm gonna turn it around again.